Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Brian, and welcome to a Battlefield 3 gameplay commentary. Today we're talking about the universe, and what it is, and what it might not be. So the first theory I got today is one of my favorite ones as a person who loves technology and computers, that our universe is simply a simulation inside of a simulation inside of the real world, or that our universe is a simulation inside of the real world. So what this means and what this entails is that there's a super race of people out there who are far more advanced than we are currently, and they have super giant computers that can just run incredible processes like our Earth would be, and they're just seeing how things play out and how we react to certain things and how our society develops. You know, maybe that's why there's all the religions, and maybe there's all that. They wanted to see how the human race would, you know, do with all this stuff floating around and with all these new things happening, and maybe one day we'll get to run our own simulation, and then the cycle continues and endless universes of simulations. It's really far out there, but it's just a really cool idea that all of this could possibly be fake, and that maybe none of this is real and we're in a giant simulation, and we're playing video games all the time. So all you people who don't like video games, I don't know why you're on this channel, but you might be in one. It's far out, but it's awesome. So the second one, and another really cool one that no one can ever disprove and that no one will ever be able to prove nor disprove, is that the universe is all entirely a part of my imagination. You people aren't real. Nothing is real. Everything is a part of my imagination. Nothing you can say will make me change my mind, because everything you say is a part of my imagination. You can say something that I wouldn't know, but I'll just say, that was in my imagination, I made it up as I went, and I used basic reason and logic skills to apply it in real-world scenarios, and then making you say it, therefore it's true in my imaginary world. So, I need you guys in the comments to try to prove to me that you're actually not a part of my imagination, because you are. You're not real. You know, in my eyes, you're not real, so prove to me that you are real, and if you can do it, then you're the greatest philosopher of all time. But those are just really two cool things that I read, you know, a while ago. I don't know when I read them, but they're just awesome, and I thought I'd share them with you. And I've been listening to a lot of Neil Young. Neil Young is, he might be dead now, and I hope he's not, because he's an amazing musician, and he's just got this voice. His voice is just, it's smooth and it's silky. It's like chocolate rain. It's even better than the Tazon Day guy, the chocolate rain guy. It just is smooth, very just. His voice is an instrument, and that's something when you're a singer, that is what you want to shoot for. And I feel that a lot of people's voices aren't instruments, and his voice is an instrument. It's beautiful to listen to, and I don't know what that guy was doing, but he went flying. And Neil Young, so good. He's like, old man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you were. And I'm like, Neil, that was beautiful. And he's like, thanks, Brandon. I'm like, you're welcome, Neil. But no, Neil Young is just so good, right? Oh, Neil Young. Okay, now this is just kind of going to be a rant session, because that's what I like doing. So anyways, people who wear too much makeup, right? So I'm a teenager, right? So girls are just starting to wear makeup, and you know, sometimes it's like, yeah, I guess that looks okay, but why you don't need to wear any, it just looks weird. But then you find a person who wears just so much makeup that it's just weird, and it's not even so much makeup as it is, I think it's just bad makeup, you know? They'll look like they're photoshopped 24/7, and it's a bad Photoshop. It's like one of those Photoshops where they had way too much pink on the cheeks, and then there's a bunch of just weird eye stuff, and their eyes look all weird. It's like that. When people wear too much makeup, it is not a good thing at all. It reminds me of Homer's makeup shotgun from The Simpsons, where Homer wants to become an inventor, right? So he makes this shotgun, and it shoots makeup, and he's like, the quick, easy, efficient way to put makeup on your lady. And then he's like, but women don't like being shot in the face. And Homer's like, they'll like whatever I tell them to like. Anyway, sidetrack, I love The Simpsons. That's a fantastic show. I love The Simpsons. But yeah, people who wear too much makeup, it is not a good thing. So as some of you might know, I went rock climbing a little bit ago, right? And you know, we climb rocks and things, and rock climbing is possibly one of my favorite new sports, if you can call it a sport, and I think I'm going to do more of it. Some of my buddies and I were talking about, you know, going there and taking classes and things, so that might happen in the near future type stuff. But we play this game called Gladiator. Now, Gladiator is a game where you and a friend race up the wall while full contact is in motion. So you're climbing up the wall, right? You're hooked up to a rope, and you climb the wall, and you try to knock that other person off the wall, step on their toes, step on their face, hug them, smash them into the wall, and do a lot of bad things. And it is the best game ever. It honestly is, because you just get to, like, beat the shit out of your friends, and they get to beat the shit out of you, and you, like, step on their face, and if you take their shoe off, you can't climb with that foot. So we're all just grabbing each other's shoes and pulling on the harnesses. It is an amazing game, and I really enjoyed. It's like, what is not to enjoy? There's nothing not to enjoy. Fantastic game. And it's like, why have I not done this before? Have you ever just done something and you're like, where have you been all my life? Like, have you just been, where are you? And that's how I felt, essentially. But I guess that's all the real worldy stuff that I have to talk about. But this is an 18 kill streak. I was just like, you know, let's go on and get a casual gameplay. And then I kind of stomped, so I was like, that's pretty handy. And Battlefield 3, I feel like I've hit the skill cap some days, and I'm like, yeah, just call me level cap, or just the Russian level Matimio FPS. Just combined all those YouTubers, right? And I'll just be killing everything, right? And then I'll jump into a server, and I'll just get absolutely pooed on, and it'll be like, oh, call me random scrubby dubby. And it's just sometimes your game is just so on, and you're just like human aimbot, and then some days it's like, why can I not hit everything? And that's what it's like with sniping. Some days I'll just be like on, it'll be just like insta headshots, and some days it'll be like, so, wasted a whole mag on one guy, didn't you? There's the end of my 18 kill streak. So anyways, thank you for listening to my ramblings, and remember, try to prove to me that you're not a part of my imagination. Do it, please.